Hello, my name is Sumaya and I want to talk about the fantasy novel I'm currently writing, and maybe you will like it. So it starts out at the interstellar space station A2712, which is at the binary star system Alpha Centauri. There, Tavi, my main character in this part of the story, is coming from work and is driving in her self-driving star car. She is heading towards the bar. She is usually with her friends, and she's arriving there and talking with them about this and that. In the first chapters, one will get to know the political system of the space station, one will get to know the science institute where she's working, and one will get to know why people actually left Earth 400 years ago and how they get there and how they got there. There will be two types of chapters. The odd numbers are at the interstellar space station A2712, and the even numbers are on Earth 400 years ago. So chapter 2, chapter 4, chapter 6, and so on will be about the last breaths of Earth and how the people live there, what happened to them. It will be kind of a dystopian last story of the Earth. People were fighting for survival and there was not a real political system anymore. It was anarchy, and they were fighting and groups were building, and of course some people had it better than others. The people who were more on the richer side when the Earth was still normally functioning are still, of course, privileged and could flee all the madness that is going on this Earth in that time. And the billionaires were putting their money together and building a spaceship that should bring some people away from Earth and from the wars and the illnesses and stuff like that. But how they decided which people can go and which people don't go was not the most moral way to choose. So a lot of people were also fighting to get away from Earth. And the people leaving Earth were actually not the people arriving at the interstellar space station, because the engines they had back in the days were by far not strong enough to be there fast enough. So the people who go on the spaceship will also die on the spaceship, and the new generations will live their whole life on the spaceship. They will never arrive at the interstellar space station, nor will they ever see Earth. And this goes on for generations and generations, and at some point we are at the point where this odd numbers of my novel will take place. And what they get to know in history and in school and everywhere is a kind of different story than the story that is told in the even numbers and how it really took place back in the days. They get like a smooth version of it, and of course also the people on the space station picture the people that left as heroes and as pioneers and as the good people. But when one reads the even chapters, one realizes that nothing that actually happens were morally, but the story that is told to the people on the space station is a different one. What they know about Earth is that there's no life anymore, that Earth got extinct, and everything they do science for is actually to get to a new planet on a new solar system or new star system where they have nature again, where they can live, because they know a lot about Earth from like animal books, from pictures, from paintings and stuff like that. And they know that the Earth had nature and all of this. And where they live, it's basically a world out of metal. And they want that back, so they search for it. And everything that the people know is that something like Earth, or the Earth itself, is not existing anymore, so they need to find it somewhere else. But suddenly, some people receive a weird radio signal, and it has weird patterns that cannot be natural. There must be an intelligence behind it. And at first they brush it off. The institute says, no, it's nothing. Don't research in that direction. It will lead you to nothing. But some people still do it. And what they find out is that they think it comes from the direction of Earth. But when they talk about it, they are faced with hatred, and it's like they're talking against walls. No one in the higher positions actually wants to look for it or go after it. And time after time they find out that what they get told is not necessarily the truth, and that there's a system behind that, and that they don't want the people to know some things. So how will they react on that? What will they do? Yeah, I don't want to spoiler too much. I don't know if I already told too much, but this is just the first chapter. So there's a whole long story ahead of it. And yeah, if you are interested in that, I post one chapter each Sunday here on my channel as an audiobook. And I would really like if you want to follow along and listen to it. Yeah, and why did I actually do this channel? I always wanted to become an author and write a novel. Even when I was a small child, I was always writing poems and little stories, and even made little books out of it. And yeah, but after my school I studied aerospace engineering, and now I work full-time as an aerospace engineer. And yeah, this dream of becoming an author and writing actually a novel went more far and far to the back, and I was not really pursuing it. Sometimes I was writing a chapter, but then for weeks I wrote nothing again because, I don't know, I didn't have the energy for it. But now I really want to do it, and I want to force myself to do it. So I created this YouTube channel because it keeps me consistent if I need to post one chapter every week. And yes, I would like you so much to follow along. And I know there's this issue with that. If I post all the chapters already on YouTube, there will probably no one buy my book because I'm giving it out for free basically. And I know that, but I really hope that people still want in the end to actually buy the book and see it in their shelf and read it again, like everything together. Because I think also due to the thing that I write one chapter per week right now, in the end there will be a lot of changes, and probably there will be a lot of changes that make the whole chapters more connected and more smooth and stuff like that. So it will not be the final version. But if you're interested in this story, I would really like if you follow along and get to know the characters and get to know the book, and leave some love with likes and comments. And yeah, I will link here my first chapter that you can directly start. And I hope you like it. And maybe you can also write in the comments if you maybe have a project that you didn't really pursue and you really want to do it. Maybe you need some motivation. Or write in the comment who you like the most, what parts of the chapter you like the most, and maybe also what you don't like. I'm open for criticism as well. But I'm more for the beautiful things. Yeah. Maybe you just write down what you think, and I would really like that you stay here. So, see you soon, hopefully. Bye!